was allowed. And I've said it wasn't the best choice. And every government official gets to decide what is personal and work related. If I'd had two separate accounts, as many people do, obviously, I would have decided every hour what was personal, what was work related. The law also says that the official gets to determine that, and that's what I did.
So Hillary Clinton once again defending her decision on the email, the server as Secretary of State, slamming Republicans for creating the Benghazi Committee. She calls it political. Judge Anna Napolitano is a Fox News senior judicial analyst, and you saw the interview earlier today on the Today Show. Yes. It was live. It was interesting. She was animated. And she was angry.
And I don't blame her. I don't blame her for being angry, because the legal noose around her throat is now being tightened, and it is a noose of her own creation. She made materially misleading statements on that interview this morning. She's suggesting that the issue is what was personal and what was governmental. That is not what the government is looking at. The government is looking at whether or not she received, stored, and sent classified material on a non-classified venue. She has repeatedly said no to that. Guess what? The government has found over 400 emails that were confidential, secret, or top secret. How she is going to explain this away before the Benghazi Committee is what she's worried about, because it's nearly impossible to do. I have seen these emails. They're made public. How could she suggest that a view of a North Korean military installation that intercepts from Middle Eastern government agents cell phone and email, that pictures of foreign governments taken from the sky, that the travel plans of the U.S. ambassador when he was alive, Chris Stevens, in Libya, how could she even suggest that those were not classified materials?
But she just said it was allowed. What was it, Judge?
It is not allowed. What she said was allowed was her deciding what is personal and what is governmental. That is a gray area. The government prefers that it decide what is governmental and leave the personal materials to the employee. But it definitely is not allowed under any circumstance, under any understanding of the law, for her to put classified material in a non-classified venue, which we now know she did over 400 times.
She testifies October 22. She is under oath?
Yes, she's under oath.
And as you state, she fears the potential for indictment here. What is the FBI director up to in the meantime?
The FBI director, James Comey, announced on Friday afternoon two very interesting things. One is he receives daily updates on the progress of this investigation. It is unprecedented for the FBI director himself to receive daily updates on an investigation. He also said it is his understanding that this investigation will be finished shortly after Christmas, in the first half of January 2016. At that point, it will either recommend an indictment or no indictment.
But he's getting information. He's getting information on this every day.
Getting information daily. And what is significant about mid-January 2016? It's a month before the Iowa caucuses and New Hampshire primaries.
That's true, too. She said, and we played this last hour, if I were president, there were Republicans and Democrats that are thinking about doing that in terms of investigation, I would have done everything to shut it down. I heard that, and I thought that was a direct shot at Barack Obama.
I think she either is being critical of Barack Obama because she wants to separate herself from him, or she doesn't understand the power of the presidency. The president cannot shut down an investigation by the Congress when the Congress is controlled by the other party. Ask Richard Nixon.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome, Bill.